Dear friends, let's see this particular question. Study the following table in which positions of 6 elements A, B, C, D, E and F are shown as they are in the modern periodic table. Okay, so first thing what we will do in this particular question, that we will see that which elements are there actually. Okay, so just let's see first the periodic table, that is modern periodic table. You can see this is your first period, this one is your second period, this one is your third period, and this one is your fourth period. Okay, and how many groups are there? So you can see also groups are there 1, 2, here it is what your 3 to 12, here it is what your 3 to 12, and then it is what your 13 to 18. Okay, 13 to 18. Okay, and you can see that from 3 to 12 elements are coming from which period? That is your fourth period. That is important. Okay, so that means in second period you will start from what? Lithium. So basically here if you see that your A is what? A is what? Your lithium. And as I said that from 3 to 12 in period 1 or 2 or 3 there are no elements. So here there are no elements. Okay, elements will be there in group 3 to 12 and they will start from what? Period 4. Okay, after that lithium, it is what? Your beryllium, then it is what? Your boron, then it is what? Your carbon, then it is what? Your, so B is what? B is basically what? Your nitrogen. Okay, and after that it is what? Oxygen, then it is fluorine, and C is what? Your neon. Okay, you must know which elements these A, B, C, D, E and F are. Okay, again start from after neon. What is that? Sodium. Okay, then it is what? Your magnesium, then it is what? Your D. D is what? D is aluminium. Okay, after that E is what? Your silicon. After that phosphorus, sulfur, then it is what? Your chlorine, and F is what? F is what? Your, it is what? Your argon. Okay, now we will see the questions. Okay, on the basis of the above table, okay, answer the following questions. Okay, the first question is what? Name the element which forms only covalent compound. So remember this, the silicon always forms what? Covalent compound. So the answer is what? Your silicon is the answer. Okay, silicon always forms covalent compound. Okay, so the next question, name the element which is a metal with valency 3. Okay, so first we have to see what is this valency. Okay, this valency is basically what? We know this concept, valency. First we know what is valence electron. Valence electron is what? Number of electron in outermost shell. Okay, so if you see the modern periodic table, basically this is what your group 1, group 2, then it is what your group 13, 14, 15, it is what is 16, it is what is 17, and it is what your 18. So here valence electron is what? Valence electron. Valence electron is what? Your 1. It is what? Your 2. If valence electron is 1 or 2, your group number will be what? Same. Your group number in the modern periodic table will be what? Same. For group number, basically what we do, if you want to find the group number, okay, if you want to find the group number, just you have to calculate first what? Valence electron. Okay, it's very simple. And if you know valence electron, suppose it is 1 or 2. If it is 1 or 2, your group number will be what? Same. That is what your, if it is valence electron 1, your group number is 1, and if your valence electron is 2, your group number is 2. But if your valence electron is greater than 2, then in that case, to find group number, you have to add 10. You have to add 10 in what? Your number of valence electron, that is your V. Okay, valence electron. Okay, so it's very simple. You can see here, if your group number is 13, that means your valence electron is what? 3. That is your greater than, valence electron is greater than 2. If it is 3, so your group number will be what? 3 plus 10, that is 13. Okay, here valence electron is 4, here it is 5, here it is 6, here it is 7, and here it is what? 8. Okay, now the next term is what? Your valency, that is your combining capacity. Okay, nowadays it's, you know, valency is a dead concept, but till your 10th class you just remember that what is valency. Valency is what? Simple, either it is number of valence electron, or 8 minus number of valence electron. 8 minus number of valence electron, whichsoever value is less than equal to 4. That's it. Okay, we will see that. Suppose if you see here 1, so 1 is what? If your number of valence electron is 1 and 8 minus 1 is 7, but you have to take the value which is less than equal to 4. So you will take what? Valency 1. Okay, you got this point. So here the valency will be what? 2. Here what will be there? 3 and 5. 3 and 8 minus 3, that is what? 5. So you will take what? 3. Okay, here it is what? Your 4 and 4. So you will take 4. Then it is again what? 3. Then it is again what? 2. Then it is again what? 1. And then it is again what? 0. Okay. Now it's very simple. If you see this question, name the element which is metal with valency 3. Now this metal word is important. You know, in the periodic table, you just draw this one. Okay, you just draw this one. And these elements are what? These elements, you know, these elements are what? Your metalloids. Okay. And elements left of this metalloid are what? These elements are what? Your metal. These elements are what? Your metal. Okay. So that means this 13, that is your aluminum, is what? Basically what? Metal. You know that. Okay. So name the element which is a metal with valency 3. So if it is aluminum, its valency is what? 3. Group 13. Just we saw here that group 13, the valency is what? 3. Okay, you can relate this also. Okay, so that means the answer of the second question is what? Your aluminium. Okay, aluminium. Okay, name the element which is a non-metal and with valency 3. Okay, if you see again the periodic table, right hand side of these metalloids, are what? Non-metal. And if you see, this nitrogen is what? Non-metal, and that is in which group? If you see, that is in 13, 14 and 15. So in 15th group it is nitrogen. Nitrogen is there, and its valency is again what? 3. So you see here nitrogen is there. That means what? It is what? Your valency 3 with non-metal. It is what? Your nitrogen. Okay, or you can write like also silicon is basically what? Your E. Aluminium is what? Your D. And nitrogen is what? Your B. Okay, out of D and E, which is bigger in size and why? Okay, so now see, you know that atomic radius from left to right, what? From left to right in a periodic table, it what? Decreases, and from top to bottom it's what? Increases. So we have to see here what? About D and E. Okay, your D is what? Your aluminium, and E is what? Your silicon. Okay, so answer is here. If your aluminium is there, what is the configuration of aluminium? It is what? Your aluminium is 2, 8 and 3. Okay, and what is the configuration of your silicon? It is what? Your 2, 8 and 4. Okay, now you see how many protons are there in the nucleus of aluminium? It is what? Your 13 proton, because its atomic number is 13, and these electrons are arranged like that in first shell. How many electrons are there? That is your 2 electrons. In second shell, how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. And in third shell, that is your outermost shell, how many electrons are there? How many electrons? 3 electrons. Okay, so if you see these 3 electrons, each electron is facing the attraction force of how many protons? That is your 13 protons. Talk about silicon. Silicon is what? Again, in nucleus, how many protons are there? 14 protons. Okay, how many electrons in the first shell? It is what? 2 electrons. How many electrons in the second shell? It is what? 8 electrons. And how many electrons in the third shell? 4 electrons. How many electrons in the third shell? It is what? Your 4 electron. Okay, so you see 1, 2, 3 and what? 4. And if you see on individual electron, how many protons are, you know, operating the force of attraction? That is what? Your 14 proton. So just you think about one individual electron, in which case electron will face more force of attraction. Here you see this electron is facing the attraction force of 13 proton, and here this electron is facing the attraction force of what? 14 protons. So here the force of attraction is maximum, or more than this case. That's why this electron will come a little nearer to nucleus, and in that case your size will what? Decrease. That means size of aluminium is greater than what? Your size of silicon, and it is there because of what? The term is there. What is the term? That is your, you can write effective nuclear charge. That is the term you can write here. Okay, that is your effective nuclear charge in case of silicon. That is effective force of attraction by nucleus on this outermost electron is more in case of silicon. So you can write it as effective nuclear charge. Now see the question, very simple. Out of D and D, which is bigger in size? Of course, D is bigger in size. Of course, D is bigger in size. Okay, and why it is there? Because in case of D, the electrons are facing less force of attraction. In case of E, electrons are facing more force of attraction, outermost electron or electron present in the outermost shell, and that's why the size will what? Decrease, because this electron will move a little nearer towards nucleus. Okay, so I hope this point is clear. And the last question, if you see, that is fifth question, write the common name for the family to which the element C and F belongs. This C was what? It was neon, and this F was argon, and you know that these two elements are what? Your noble gas. Okay, so the family is what? Which family? Its family is what? You know that the answer is what? Your noble gas. I hope the concept is clear. Okay, thank you.